The old Grandeur Theatre stood silent and crumbling, a forgotten monument to a bygone era of dramatic flair and booming applause. But tonight, it wasn't forgotten. 3 friends, Anya, Barnaby, and Chloe, stood before its imposing, creaking doors, a shiver of anticipation, and maybe a little dread running down their spines. Legend had it that the theater held a secret, the lost Encore, a performance so magnificent it could only be heard by those with a true artist's heart. But beware, the legend warned, for a mischievous spirit guarded its melody, and its encore came with a peculiar price. Inside, the air was thick with dust and the ghosts of forgotten performances. The velvet seats were tattered, the stage curtains ripped. "Are you sure about this, Anya?" Barnaby whispered, clutching his backpack. "It's really dark in here." Anya grinned, her flashlight beam sweeping across the grand stage. "That's part of the fun, Barnaby. Chloe, any signs of spectral activity?" Chloe, ever the pragmatist, was examining a loose floorboard near the stage. "Only signs of poor maintenance, Anya, and maybe a few very large rats." Suddenly, a loud whack echoed through the theater. Barnaby yelped, jumping so high he nearly hit the ceiling. Anya and Chloe spun around, flashlights darting. A single dusty spotlight had fallen from the ceiling, narrowly missing Barnaby's head. "Just gravity," Chloe stated, though her voice had a slight tremor. Anya, however, was beaming. "The spirit knows we're here, this is it." Then a faint, ethereal melody began to drift from the stage, a haunting violin tune. The melody grew stronger, swirling around them. It was beautiful, captivating. Barnaby, despite his earlier fright, found himself swaying slightly, a dreamy look on his face. "The lost encore," he whispered, mesmerized. As the final note faded, a gust of wind swept through the theater, carrying with it a shower of glitter. Then a booming, disembodied voice declared, "Bravo! You have heard the encore, and now for the peculiar price." Suddenly, all 3 of them felt an irresistible urge to tap dance. Right there, on the dusty stage, they began to shuffle and kick, completely against their will. Anya was laughing, Chloe was groaning, and Barnaby was surprisingly good at it. They tap danced all the way out of the theater, down the street, and nearly into a passing ice cream truck. The peculiar price of the lost encore was an occasional, uncontrollable urge to break into a spontaneous tap dance. They never quite knew when it would strike, but they always had a good story to tell, and sometimes a very sticky ice cream